In every modern home, a small blinking box quietly connects all your devices to the internet, your wireless router. It sits unassumingly on a shelf or tucked behind your TV, but it's the invisible backbone of your digital life. Every video call, every online purchase, every message you send or receive passes through this silent gateway, making it one of the most important and overlooked devices in your home. We rarely notice it unless the Wi-Fi drops, but this device holds the keys to your digital life. It's the reason your smart TV streams movies, your phone gets notifications, and your laptop connects to the world. Yet, for most of us, the router is just another piece of tech we set up once and forget about, until something goes wrong. What many don't realize is that your router sees every website you visit, every password you type, and every device you connect. It's a treasure trove of personal information, making it a prime target for cyber criminals and even foreign intelligence agencies. If someone gains access, they can monitor your activity, steal your data, or even take control of your smart devices. Today's threats aren't just lone hackers in hoodies, they're sophisticated, automated, global operations. These attackers use powerful tools to scan for millions of vulnerable routers at once, exploiting common weaknesses that many homeowners don't even know exist. In this chapter, we'll cut through the myths and misconceptions about home network security. We'll show you how these attacks really happen, using real-world examples and news stories to illustrate the risks that are closer to home than you might think. More importantly, you'll learn practical, easy-to-follow steps to secure your digital front door. From updating your router's firmware to enabling two-factor authentication, these actions can make a world of difference. The truth is, most cyber attacks succeed not because hackers are unstoppable, but because of basic security oversights, like weak passwords, outdated software, or leaving default settings unchanged. With just a few simple habits and a little awareness, you can transform your home network from a vulnerable target into a digital fortress, keeping your family and your data safe from threats you never even knew were there. In April 2026, the NSA and FBI issued an urgent alert to millions of Americans: reboot your home router immediately. The warning was unprecedented in its scale and urgency, sparking confusion and concern across the country. For many, it was the first time they realized that something as ordinary as a home Wi-Fi router could be at the center of a global cyber crisis. Behind the scenes, Russian military hackers known as the GRU had launched a massive campaign, hijacking thousands of routers across the US. They exploited outdated software, default passwords, and ignored security updates, simple oversights that left countless devices exposed. The attack was widespread, affecting homes, small businesses, and even public institutions. The hackers didn't need to crack complex encryption or break through firewalls. Instead, they simply walked through digital doors left wide open by neglect. It was a reminder that sometimes the weakest link in cybersecurity is human error or complacency. By manipulating DNS settings on compromised routers, the attackers secretly redirected users' internet traffic through malicious servers. This allowed them to harvest passwords, banking details, and other sensitive data without victims ever realizing their information was being stolen. The hackers even created convincing fake login pages to trick people into entering their credentials. Their targets weren't limited to private homes. Government offices and critical infrastructure networks were also in the crosshairs, raising the stakes for national security. This campaign proved that a vulnerability in a simple home device could ripple outward, threatening not just individuals, but the safety of entire communities and the nation itself. News outlets buzzed with reports, and families everywhere began to question the security of their own networks. The attack was sophisticated in its scale and coordination, but the entry point was basic neglect. Routers left unpatched, passwords unchanged, and security warnings ignored. It was a stark lesson in how small oversights can have massive consequences. In the end, the Russian router hijacking spree was a wake-up call for everyone. Your router isn't just a box that connects you to the internet, It's a front line in the ongoing battle of global cyber warfare, and its security is more important than ever. The FBI knew a public warning wasn't enough. Too many routers, too little user know-how. So they launched Operation Masquerade, a court-approved remote intervention. FBI specialists used the same flaws as the hackers to access compromised routers and restore safe DNS settings. They also blocked the GRU's servers from reconnecting, cutting off the attack at its source. Users were urged to reboot their routers to clear any lingering malware. This marked a new era, law enforcement actively disrupting cyber attacks to protect everyday people. Sometimes, fighting fire with fire is the only way to defend the digital homefront. Not all attacks are massive, some are personal. In March 2026, the FBI director's Gmail was breached by an Iran-linked group, not through government servers, but his private account. Hackers published years of personal emails and photos, aiming to embarrass and pressure officials. These attacks often exploit weak passwords, reused credentials, or phishing, not high-tech hacks. The line between personal and professional life is blurred. Attackers know private accounts can be a backdoor to sensitive info. The same group targeted medical and defense companies, using simple tactics to cause disruption. The lesson: even top officials fall victim to basic security mistakes. Forget the movie hacker in a dark room cracking codes in seconds. Most real-world breaches start with human error, phishing emails, weak passwords, or reused credentials. Attackers use social engineering to trick people into giving up information, not brute force hacking. Phishing creates urgency, prompting clicks on malicious links or fake login pages. Credential stuffing, using stolen passwords from old breaches, is rampant. The breach of the FBI director's email was likely due to a reused or phished password, not a technical exploit. The real threat is a deceptive email, not a genius hacker. The GRU's router hijack wasn't genius, it was enabled by neglect. A 2025 survey found 81% of users never changed their router's default admin password, often admin or password. Leaving defaults is like leaving your house key under the mat. 84% never updated their router's firmware, missing critical security patches. Attackers exploit these oversights to take control, spy, and launch further attacks. Your router is the gateway to every device in your home. If it's compromised, everything is at risk. Neglecting this one device can unravel your entire digital security. The fix is simple, but most people never bother. Securing your home network is easier than you think. First, change your router's default admin password to something strong and unique. Next, update your router's firmware regularly. Set it to auto-update if possible. If your router no longer gets updates, replace it. Reboot your router weekly. This clears some types of malware from memory. Disable remote management features unless you absolutely need them. Only allow admin access from inside your home network. These steps close the most common doors attackers use. A few minutes of setup can protect your entire digital life. Router security is just the start. Good habits build real protection. Think of your home network as the foundation of your digital life. If you set it up securely, you're already ahead of most threats. But security doesn't stop there. It's a daily practice that extends to every device and account you use. Enable two-factor authentication, or 2FA, on all important accounts. This simple step adds a powerful extra layer of defense, blocking attackers even if they somehow get your password. It's one of the easiest ways to keep your account safe from unauthorized access. Use a password manager to create and store strong, unique passwords for every site. Password managers not only help you remember complex passwords, but they also protect you from using weak or repeated ones. With just one master password, you can keep all your credentials secure and organized. Never reuse passwords. One breach shouldn't compromise everything. If you use the same password everywhere, a single leak can put all your accounts at risk. Make it a habit to update your passwords regularly, especially after a breach. Stay alert for phishing. Don't click suspicious links or download unknown attachments. Cybercriminals often disguise their attacks as urgent messages or tempting offers. Always double-check the sender and think before you act. If you get a warning email, visit the site directly, never through the email link. Typing the address yourself ensures you're going to the legitimate website, not a fake one designed to steal your information. Avoid logging into sensitive accounts on public Wi-Fi. Use a VPN for extra protection. Public networks are convenient, but they're also risky. A VPN encrypts your data, making it much harder for hackers to intercept your information. Public networks are easy targets for attackers. Anyone on the same network can potentially see your activity if you're not protected. Always assume public Wi-Fi is unsafe unless you take precautions. Layered defenses, strong passwords, 2FA and vigilance make you a hard target. Combining these habits creates a security net that's much harder for attackers to break through. Security is a habit, not a one-time fix. Make it part of your daily routine, just like locking your front door or checking your smoke alarm. The more consistent you are, the safer you'll be in the digital world. The headlines sound scary. Foreign hackers, breached officials, but don't panic. Most people aren't targeted by elite spies. They're caught by simple, fixable mistakes. The biggest risks are unchanged passwords and ignored updates, not advanced hacking. You don't need to be an expert, just take basic steps. Media group, person setting up home Wi-Fi router, close-up of hands typing a strong password on laptop, enabling two-factor authentication on smartphone, a stock, distribute equally. Secure your router, use strong passwords, enable 2FA. These actions block the vast majority of attacks. Cybersecurity is digital hygiene, small habits, big protection. Don't fear the threats, prepare for them. With a little effort, you can keep your digital life safe and secure.